I don't know how, I don't want to get like too far down this rabbit hole when it comes to what happened with you and the moment that was taken from you to stand atop the podium. Because
Yep.
John and I have talked about PEDs, especially even recently in the team division and the age group division. And
Sure.
I've openly said, like, I really don't know enough about how it works and whatever to have like big opinions on it. But I've never really had the opportunity to speak with someone who had that opportunity taken away from them
Right.
because of someone ahead of you who then popped. So I would just love to hear from your perspective. There must be a lot of emotions going on there, right? Like you've got to be pissed and there's
Yeah.
this yearning for what happened, and at the same time you got to be like angry at this person, but then also do you feel bad for them? Are you like, well, that's sad that you felt like you had to do that? Like, I'm just curious. Give me
Yeah.
the whole spectrum of things that
Like,
went through your mind.
there's a lot of emotions there. And I would say that I'm not even going to name the name of the person that did get popped. People in my age group know who it is. So we don't really need to get in who it is. Could have been any guy. But this was a competitor that was pretty untouchable for a while. And then ended up taking second the year that he got popped. And it really makes you think, like, did this guy somehow skirt the system for 4 or 5 years? Was he cheating all the time? And I was angry. I was bitter. I'm still just like, dude, you got to call everybody in that division and apologize. Like, I am sorry that
Wow.
I took attendance. I think, yeah, you should fucking, like, you took that from me. I think Vellner deserved a call from Gerard. I think he still deserves a call. I think the first thing that should have happened last year at the games, somehow in public, Gerard, however you say his last name, should have said, Vellner, I apologize. Hey, I take responsibility. I've admitted it. I apologize. And Vellner would have been like, yeah, totally. Let's move forward. Like, Vellner doesn't hold on. I don't hold on to it now, but I think that something should happen that apologies. So, in fact, the year on 2019, when I won, the second place guy popped. And it's like, what is going
Oh
on?
shit.
Second place guy popped. He did send an email out to everyone saying, I'm so sorry. I thought we were all playing on a level playing field or something like that. It was kind of a cryptic email, but he did
Like,
acknowledge it.
I'm sorry. I thought we were all using.
Yeah. I thought we
Yeah, I
were
thought,
all cheating.
seriously,
Goodness.
right.
Right.
That's the email we got. And I was like, well, I don't know what that is. I didn't even
Okay,
respond.
he should have like reached out to everyone, but like not with that. That was the
Not with
wrong.
that. It was an attempt, but then what came out was like, what are you saying, bro? Because I just think in our sport, there is absolutely no room or excuse for this. And one of the things that pisses me off the most about guys that popped every year, and it's always going to happen, but it's the accusations from the community or those outside of CrossFit looking into CrossFit, the comments I get on my YouTube videos, on Instagram, they're like, bro, it's PEDs. That's what's doing it for you.
Mhm.
It's a trend, T-Red or whatever they call it. And I'm like, I don't even know what they're talking about. I don't know what that is. But the accusation that you can't have a radical change in your physical abilities from 38 to 45. Like, the argument that you can't do that, it pisses me off because you can. I did. And maybe I've got decent genetics, but if you saw my parents, you wouldn't be like, oh, yeah, no, this guy's got some beefcake parents. Like, no, I had, like, like
He's got
my,
meat castle
right?
parents.
Right.
He's
Right. Meat
bound to
castles.
stand at the
No, man.
podium.
My dad was an addict, and my mom was overweight. These are the genetics that I have, and maybe there's an addictive quality to my passion for the sport.
Mhm.
Probably is. So I'm just gonna. I'll take that. I'll
Just
take
roll
the
with that.
genetics
Yeah.
towards addiction, and I'll just roll in that and just make myself suffer consistently. But with enough work, if you've seen my before picture, I'm kind of a fluffy 38-year-old dad holding a red stripe. That's my before picture in Jamaica, right? And a couple years later, I'm a fit, eventual CrossFit Games champion who's never touched a thing, never looked into it, never had my testosterone checked. I don't want to know any of that stuff. I just want to work hard, eat good food, and enjoy a sport that I am lucky enough to be good at. The cards are here. I'm good at this for some
Yeah.
reason.
It's interesting. I've never thought about the idea of sending an apology because of what because of the perception that now you're adding to the sport. Like, that's really
Right.
interesting, and I've never thought of it
Right.
from that. Well, I've obviously never had a chance to talk to a competitor in your position, but, like, from that perspective, like, "Hey, man, you should be apologizing to all of us because now the entire world outside of what we're doing is gonna think we're
Right.
all doing this shit, and
I
I'm
think
out
we're
here
all
being an
doing it.
honest." Yeah, "I'm out here being an honest
Yeah.
athlete, and you're, like,
Yeah.
tainting my reputation effectively."
Yes.
That's
Very much.
interesting
Yeah.
perspective.
Yep. And it's not, I think my assumption is everyone's clean. I don't, I mean, I've competed with
You
this,
said, "I feel the
yeah.
same way." John thinks
Uh,
I'm crazy, but
I don't
yeah.
I don't think you're crazy. I just it's interesting this came up because I had this on my list of things to talk about. And I honestly didn't realize that was the year that someone got popped in your division, but I've noticed recently in the years that more and more masters athletes get popped. And as a masters athlete, I'm like, what the hell are you guys doing? Like the prize
Right.
isn't big enough to be putting this crap in your body, but
Yeah.
it's proof people will do anything for a prize. That was actually one of my
Yeah.
questions is why the hell do you think masters athletes feel the need to cheat?
Right.
Like, because
You know,
I'm firmly in your camp, Jason, that in our
yeah.
age group, and I'm slightly older than you, but I'm still seeing progress. And so I
Mhm.
Yeah.
know masters athletes can continue to get better as they get older. So why do they feel the need to cheat?
I don't know. I don't know. The only thing I can think of is that they're presented an opportunity. I mean, it's like, it's like the Dare campaign, whatever that was when we were kids. Like, don't like say no to drugs. Like, I've never been presented an opportunity to cheat. I wouldn't even know how, but I can imagine someone at a gym was like, bro, I added 40 pounds to my back squat. This was just one cycle. And a guy's like, okay, I'll try one cycle. I just don't know anything about it. Now, I do know guys that are in my age group that don't plan, not in my age group, but whatever, around masters athletes that don't plan to compete on a global level, in an arena that they would be tested, that have been prescribed testosterone because their doctor says they're
Sure.
low.
Yeah.
Generally, I think it's way too easy to get that too. I think doctors are just like, yeah, now that we're testing, everyone should be on testosterone. And like what shows up in my TikTok feed from time to time is testimonials of guys about how
Oh yeah.
amazing they feel on testosterone. I'm like, man, that would be great. That sounds awesome. Like when I wake up as a Masters Games champion 3 times, and I got to like hold the handrail to walk down 3 stairs because
Mhm.
I'm like
Right.
first thing in the morning, I don't feel 1,000%. Yeah, I would love to be, I would love to feel 20 years younger. And I am fit. I do feel very healthy for a 47-year-old. I can do a lot of things, but I don't just go outside and snatch 185 pounds like 20-year-olds do. I got to warm up to jog. I got to warm up to, to,
Right.
You're
to
right.
do
There's
anything. So,
so much crossover symmetry happening, like,
Yeah.
so much.
yeah, what am I, if I going to go play tennis? Well, I better do some crossover before I like play pickleball or something. I want to tear something. But I think that, I think there's a lot more opportunity. I think that guys can find it, and they may hear from I don't know, John. I'm making it up. I have no idea why they would. From a competitive standpoint, maybe they just want to get to the games one time. But I'll tell you one time in 2018, I had an opportunity to cheat in the Open. And that was the year when your score from the Open carried over into your age group qualifier, and then that qualified you for the games. So every score counted. And it was,
Mhm.
I think it was the first workout of the Open in 2018. You had dumbbell facing burpees and dumbbell front squats, part
Oh, I
A. Part
hated
B
that
was a
one.
max
Hated it.
clean. Yeah,
Yep.
Oh, it
terrible,
was
right?
terrible, terrible.
And so I tested it on a Friday, and I sandbagged the burpees and I hit a big clean. And I tested it Monday and I sold out on the burpees and I sucked at the clean. And I was my affiliate owner. I was the gym manager, right? So I could have put in a big clean and a big first score. I could have. And I remember thinking, like, if I do this and I inadvertently qualify this year, I will feel like a sack of shit if I qualify. I can't do it. And no one would have known. So I remember trying to figure out, okay, which one of these two is going to be a
Mhm.
better one, right? So I think I put in the better clean. I think that was the one I thought would end up with a better overall score. And it doesn't matter now, but I did have that opportunity as the affiliate manager to validate my score and just make some stuff up if I wanted to. or put in scores that I legitimately got, but not on the same day. If you just don't do stuff like that, right? But that was this temptation, John. Like I could just be an unethical douche right here. Well, I'm really getting free.
Favorite new phrase was just born. I will use it everywhere. You could do
Yes.
that, but you're
Yes,
being an
could.
unethical douche. I'm going to use that with Matt at 3 a.m. when the baby
It's
wakes
gonna-
up and he doesn't want to get out of bed. I'm going to be like, you're being an unethical douche right now.
Well,